I'm the speaker for this training for 5 months or 4.5 months. So myself, Veerababu Narni, you can address me like a Veera. Okay. My qualification is Master of Technologies from JNT University, Kakinada. So I'm having total 10 plus years of work experience in real time. So I have worked companies, Oracle, Wipro, Uber, and I'm expertise in this AWS, Azure, GCP, and DevOps, and ETL background also, big data platform. I recently, I have started my career with the ETL background, like big data platform development and all. Later, I switched to DevOps background. So I'm good at database concepts and also the scripting and coding Python, and also I'm expertise in Azure and GCP clouds also. Okay, and migrations also. So I perform the role so far, cloud architect and migration analyst and DevOps engineers. Certifications I have cleared: AWS Cloud Professional, Terraform Associate, and Kubernetes admin level. Yes, Shiva Prasad, cloud prerequisites for DevOps. Without cloud, so I think you may struggle to understand DevOps. Okay. Yeah, present I'm working in Clarinet India Private Limited in Gachibowli. So my working hours, afternoon 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's a UK based projects, UK support. So that's all the information. If you ping me in between hours, Sarfraj, sorry for that. I haven't set up any speakers today. There are some conflicts with the speakers. Other trainer also taking that. So you do one thing after this session, just you can call me directly with help of Pradeep. You can ask any questions. Okay. Okay. So I'm the real-time trainer. I'm not full-time trainer. So morning trainings and afternoon my job. This is my passion actually. My passion is to give a trainings. Okay. On cloud and DevOps especially. So far actually I trained 9,000 students. Okay. So this is I think 24th batch for the DevOps and cloud. I have started my training with 2 students actually. My career started with the 2 students. Now I think 160, 170, 180 members. Okay. Yeah. So this is my training, the background and the companies what I work. Yeah. And 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. guys, please. If you need any emergency, you just take a screenshot and put in the group. My mentors will help you, and your colleagues or me also sometimes. If I have any, time have in between, so I will help you in this class. Okay. Yeah, that's all for the info from my end. So let's understand what is DevOps and then what is cloud. Okay. So cloud means any cloud, AWS or Azure or GCP. So this is very Google definition anyway. DevOps is not a tool. Many people are saying it's a software. It's a culture that you can adopt for continuous integration, continuous deployment for the process, right? So I think you already heard about, right? Continuous integration, continuous delivery, continuous deployment. Don't worry, I will explain in very clear way what is continuous integration and deployment and delivery and all. So yes, DevOps is not a tool. Yes, this is correct. First of all, it says process. DevOps is a process to automate, to build, to test, to integrate, whatnot. In the project, in any project, if you want to implement any automation process for your project, DevOps team is required. So end-to-end process. For example, guys, one client, if you can take an example of any client gives business to you, right? So client is going to be develop a one business. For that business, we need to develop a website, right or not? Like a Flipkart and all, domain and all. So in this case, we have to be hand over this project to client. Very easy way. In very easy way means the client has to be handle this project in a very easy way. if you are going to give a handover after development and everything, if you hand over this project to client, the client is able to handle entire project, what you develop, what you are going to be hand over to client. In this case, what you don't expect, the client is having a good knowledge background on DevOps and cloud. In that case, what you can understand in your mind, if you are developing any project, like my client don't know anything, like that you need to develop a project so that they can easily handle your project, right? For example, if you can take any civil infrastructure in the, like any dam construction. So the construction, the background, the team, the work, the multiple people can work to construct a one dam, right? And the final day, inaugural time, one minister will come, simply switch on the dam, the gates. It will open the gates. Water will come. What we can understand here, the concept is, whoever construct the dam, their provision, when switch on someone, gates will open. Right or not? The same process you can think in different way. To open the gates, minister will come and rotate some wheel. Right? To open the gates, to rotate a wheel, he need to put more strength, right? So no one can show interest, right? Or 100 people can rotate a wheel to open the gate. No minister will come to inaugurate your dam. Right or not? Here what we can understand, provision. Both are dams only, right? One provision is just switch, open the gates. One provision is rotate a wheel, right? Same logic you can apply, I think, bike. Self-start is there right now. If we don't have a self-start, you need to be use a kick. Difficult or not? Now clients, before, if you can go for 10 years back, there is no self-start options. You need to be give a kick, right or not? Later, few automobile, they have just introduced the self-start process. Everyone moved to self-start bikes. Now manual gear system moved to automatic gear system. What we can understand, we are giving a provisioning that clients can easily use, right or not? But nowadays, if you develop in automatic way, there is a huge demand, right? Washing machines, automatic way. So whatever technology, if the one technology is success, mean the background, the automation process play a very important role, right or not? So Benz, Audi, these cars, the first cars introduce automatic process, automatic gear system process. That's what the cars are success now. Later, all companies are providing the same system, right? So what I'm trying to say, if you develop some system, some website, whatever the configurations, if you give in easy provisioning way, that client can handle the project, you will get n number of projects from the same client, right or not? So in this case, as a client requested to that, so can you please develop a one website for us so that we are going to be starting one business here. That business we can give you online orders and all something. Okay, you develop a one project now. Finally, the project is, let's understand. My team work hard and deliver a one project to client. The project you can take a, let's Flipkart. Okay. Now today there is no offers in the Flipkart. Tomorrow there is offers in the Flipkart. So tomorrow the background code is there, right? Flipkart code need to be updated with the new offers, right or not? Same code, there are going to be added some modifications on top of that to give us some background, the slide display and all, 20% off, 30% off, big billion days, counter, something they will give, right? That you need to release the code every day, right? So tomorrow offer means the code changes are required, again deployed to the server, right or not? Day after tomorrow, any new offer is there, code modifications are required, again you need to deploy into the server, right or not? So here the CI/CD process, the DevOps process, play a very important role. Something you deploy a code, right? There is some bug in the application. Okay. In this case, immediately the development team, okay, the development take the issue as a prior and they can do some modifications on that. And again, they will push this code into some central repository only. But next, their task is done. They are not responsibility for that. Here, access in terms of deployment. My code already pushed into the Git. Now you can take care. Then deployment team will take care here, take that code and deploy it here into the server. Clear? So in this case, as soon as, as soon as developers rectify the bug, the code should be reflected into the server without any delay. That will take care by DevOps pipelines. Understand? So for example, if there is no pipeline, developers can say that my task already done, push my code into GitHub. Next team will come into the picture, they can take care. Build team is busy with some other task. That's what this delay is. Build team can say that my end build part is done. Testing team, they are busy with some other work. So that's what the delay is. Testing team can say that operation team is not available at this time. So servers, we don't know, can I release this code or not? They can say. Servers team can say that maybe different team dependencies are not they are not available. That's what this delay is. So if you are creating a multiple dependencies in your deployment journey, definitely there is a miscommunication will be rise and the delay will be maybe added into your process. But my client is looking, no, I need a automate process here. When the developers rectify the issues, automatically the code has to be deployed to the server. In this case, you need to be create a pipeline. The pipeline has to be take care of the build method, stage method, test method, whatever pipeline methods are there, your pipeline has to be take care. That's it only I need. Developer done, immediately DevOps process will start, immediately users can access. This way, the DevOps team has to be, develop the pipelines. Okay, let me explain in the paint. Okay. So please concentrate for half an hour. Definitely will get acknowledged. Okay, let me take a client now again. Here I'm going to add a more stages. Client. Who gives the business to you, right? Client. And guys, let me take a DevOps. This one, this architecture, right? I will explain how to understand this architecture also in this class. Okay. So let me complete first this process. Client means what? Who gives the business to you, right or not? Okay. So client is planning to start a one business. Okay. Planning to start a one business. A new business or new startup, whatever. For that, they need a IT team help to develop a background project and website and all, right? And in this case, so they are looking for a team, looking for a vendors who can develop a project. So one company is willing to, okay, our team will develop a project as per your requirement. In this case, first guys, in every organization, design team is there. Design and architect team. What they will do, focus just for half an hour, just focus. Then I will take your questions. I won't miss any single question also. You don't worry. This design team guys are planning team, whatever, planning and design team. You can take both. Planning and design team. Okay, this team collect the information from client. Understand what I'm trying to say? Collect the, even non-ITs, freshers also focus. This is very high level discussion. Anyone can understand, by the way. I'm not going to write any code and all here, okay? So my client requirement is shared to planning and design team to, for example, this organization is TCS. TCS is the vendor for now client who can develop a project and deliver, okay, deliver to client. TCS planning and design team collect the information, collect the requirements from the client, collect the requirements from the client. Clear now? Taking the requirements from the clients. Clear? Okay. Now planning and design team engage this requirement to downstream team, right? Downstream team means let's take a first. Anyway, guys, if any thoughts the business is going to be give, right, that will be implemented by the code, the developers, right? Yeah. So now planning team, design team engage this to developers. So client is looking these like Flipkart website background, we have to develop like this. So we need to be develop a multiple applications concepts. The client, this business, they want to be given flight tickets provision, okay, food deliver provision, I mean shopping provision, like that they are saying something, the requirements. So any project will start from zero only, right? First implement login page, then dashboard, the background color and all, whatever it is. So now developers are okay. Gather the requirements from the planning and design team. They will start the development activity. They will start the development activity. Clear? Concentrate here. So this team give the information to developers. So as per the client requirement. Then immediately development start the work for development. Right or not? Okay. So, okay. This development team is developing a application as per the planning team suggestions. Okay. Development team. So working professionals, please be patient. I know this is, everything, these concepts and all, but as I said, I will take you this level to after 40 days. Okay. After 40 days, this level. Okay. Yeah. So almost AWS services will cover. You are able to do alone in your organization any AWS task. Like that level, I will take you. I need your support 50 days. Okay. Whatever tasks I'm going to give at any cost, if you complete in 2 months, any task in these areas you are able to do. That level I will take you. As a real-time trainer, I'm saying that I know how to teach. Which concepts are important in AWS concepts. Though AWS is offers 200 plus services, you don't know which service we need to start, which service we need to end, right? As per my 9 years, 10 years, 8 years experience, I'm saying here where we can focus, how the tasks will come, okay? Which services we can use for which development and all, we will discuss here. So 2 months, please be patient, follow my instructions, take my guidance and complete everyday tasks. In 2 months, you can easily understand the requirements from the client. That level I will take you. Understand? If you are able to understand, you can easily do it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. My development team, as per the planning and design team, I see after this explanation, you are able to understand DevOps architecture easily. That level I will show you now in front of you only. Development team will develop the what? Code, right or not? Develop the code. Okay. Clear till here? Next, guys, this code developers has to push, I mean, keep somewhere that other team members can access. Guys, you tell me one thing. if I keep something in my laptop, others can able to use, others can able to access? No. In this case, in my organization, I can create some remote repository. There I will push my code, means upload my code. In general language, I'm explaining here. Upload my code. Other team members can access easily. If I keep in my laptop, if I take any sick leave for 3-4 days, code is in my laptop only, right? Then others can wait for your presence again. So we can create a one remote repository platform. There others can interact, only your team members. That remote repository platform is source code repository, is GitHub tool. We are going to be discuss in DevOps. GitHub tool, source code repository source code repository where developers can, upload the code, means push the code. This stage is what? Source code, remote repository. Okay, remote repository stays. So let's take a I'm taking here the example is GitHub, guys. But in the last demo, I have explained, right, how many tools are there in the market from the source code repository: GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, Azure Repo, AWS code, AWS, code, something. I'm taking one tool as an example here, but we will discuss here GitLab CI/CD also. GitLab also along with the GitHub. I'm taking just one tool as an example. Okay. Okay. So guys, developer's task is done. Clear now? Once push the code, my job is done. There is no any responsible for developers whether code is unable to access by users. That is taken care by DevOps team, right now. Now DevOps team come into the picture. Okay, DevOps team come into the picture. Let me take a one server. So guys, if I want to give access this code, where the code is located in GitHub, from this, if you want to give access this code application to public, I need to run this application, right? This is inside only GitHub only. You need to be run this application, then others can access. If you want to run, we need a hardware. In this case, server is required, RAM, CPUs and all, right? Like how you are using mobile to play one game. In your mobile, RAM is there, CPU is there, so that you are able to play a application, run a application. Clear or not? Yeah. In this case, so if you want to give this application access to users, will you give directly GitHub access to users? This is just code only. You need to be run somewhere, like a server required, right? In this case, what we can do? We need a server to deploy this application to execute this code. Then others can access. What type of server it is? You can take on-prem server or AWS server or Azure server or GCP server. On-prem server means we have some challenges. In AWS cloud class, I will explain. AWS cloud, a very high level class. So I'm taking AWS or Azure or GCP. If the server is there in, I'm going to take a server, cloud manager server. Okay. This server, I will create from AWS if it is AWS project, or Azure if it is Azure project, or GCP if it is a GCP project. So your client will confirm where this project has to be deployed, where this project has to be developed. If he confirm AWS, you can take a AWS server. If he confirm GCP, you can take a GCP server. Same like Azure also. Understand? Or if he confirm on-prem server, you can take an on-prem server. Like if you take an on-prem server, we know some challenges, right? In terms of scaling, in terms of high availability, in terms of managing, in terms of costing and all. We have so many challenges to handle the server in on-premises, so that we have a cloud vendors to take the process in very easy way. Anyway, I'm taking maybe like this on-prem server or AWS server or GCP server, any server. But now, yes, but now in this case, who will create this server? This is first challenge. Who will initiate this access to public? This is second challenge. Who will deploy this code here and here? This is third challenge. Clear or not? Okay. Now developers are saying, concentrate guys. Please don't write. I will provide everything end to end. You don't write anything. Just concentrate what I'm trying to say. My developers are develop a code and tested their mission. Their mission means in their laptop, they have tested their code working fine. Okay. After that, they push this code into where? GitHub source code repository. But this code has to be deployed into where? Not in developer's laptop, right? Server. But developers already added dependencies into their laptop to run the code. For example, if I want to work with this code in my local, this code dependencies I need to be add inside my laptop. This is Java code, for example. I need to be install Java. This is Python code. I need to be install Python. If you want to send message to your friend, you need to be install WhatsApp. These are dependencies, right? And this code inside, if you write multiple dependencies, that will call the rest of dependencies. For example, my code is connecting with database to retrieve the data, database dependencies, right? So my developer, I'm the developer, just understand, assume. I have added all the dependencies now. Then I'm able to run a code. I'm able to execute a code in my local. I can say, yes, code working fine. Then I can push this code into GitHub. But here you need to be concentrated, very important. See, he is tested in the local, the code is working fine. Then he pushed the code GitHub remote repository. DevOps team simply deploy this code into server. This code won't work in the server. Why? In this laptop, guys, I'm taking a just sample dependencies to run the code. They may have added MySQL dependency. They may have added any Flask, some dependencies I'm taking here, some Flask dependencies. They have added some AWS CLI dependencies. Can you please check someone is knocking the door? They have added some Postgres. See, dependencies, just you can see dependencies, that's it. Sir, what is Postgres? What is MySQL? This is not a time to focus, okay? Yeah. Okay. These dependencies I have downloaded in my local laptop. So laptop is able to connect my code and run. But now after the developer push the code only, not these dependencies, right? These dependencies download into my laptop. In this case, what you can do, who can run this code in the server? They can add a dependencies first, then run the code. Understand? So in this code, if you deploy code as is without adding a dependency, server will throw an error. MySQL not found here. AWS CLI not found here. And whatever here. Yeah, PostgreSQL not found here. What is AWS CLI? I don't know. This is Python application, means Python command not found. These many challenges you will get here to access the code. Understand? In this case, then what I can do? Add a dependencies before deploy a code. Then only your server is able to run your code. Otherwise, server don't know what you are going to be doing here, right or not? So simply server is saying that I don't know. You are simply running a code here, missing some dependencies. You just add a dependencies first and run the code, right? In this case, what we can do, guys, we can follow one process, build process. Okay, build process. Guys, simple question to all. Simple question to all. GitHub inside code is there, right? This code is ready to accessible code, ready to deployable code? No. Just this is source code. This is not ready to run inside the server. Why? Dependencies are not adding. Dependencies adding in the laptop only. Tested. This is not ready to run. In this case, what we can do, add a summon dependencies. That system, this process is called build process. Okay? Build process. This process is called build process. How will you know which dependencies? Okay, this class, it's not like that. Just understand what is build only, right? See, who developed the code? They will give dependencies, right? Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So next stage is what? Build stage. What is build stage? Let me explain in detail now. This is build stage. Build stage means by using build process, we are going to add a dependencies so that that code is executable code inside the server. Now this this code is not executable code. Missing dependencies. This code is executable code after adding dependencies. What is build? Build is nothing but add a dependencies to execute your code. What and all required. Okay. Let me show you. 7:30 bash. So today only I just discuss one build process. So Maven is a build automation tool. So what is build code? Packaging code by adding a dependencies. Understand? So after add dependency only, your code is going to be executed inside the server. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go to the flow again. We are here, right? Okay. So build means what? I'm writing here. Adding required dependencies into the code to make it executable. Understand? Make it executable. So we can add a required dependencies into the code to make it executable format. Okay. So my code, I have added all the dependencies, required dependencies here. What developer is added here. Don't focus what is MySQL, what is Flask, what is PostgreSQL and AWS CLI. Dependencies, just that's it only. Okay. In detail, we can explain the build process, build class. You will get a better clarity at that time. Okay. So simple build. What is build? Added dependencies to executable format in the code. Now you can, yes, you can deploy. Now your server understand, okay, this code dependency is also there. But how to deploy this code into the server? Here we need to understand one thing. Here guys, we need to be package the code. Package the code after adding the dependency. Package means what? Single format. For example, guys, you want to send a, if you want to send a photos to your friend, okay? So just open a Gmail. If you want to send if you want to send some data to your friend, okay, in Gmail, 1,000 photos you need to be sent. For example, how to send to Gmail to your friend? Tell me. If you want to send to your friend 1,000 photos, let's go on here. So this is the folder where the photos will be there. For example, if I click, again it is asking to click one by one, right? Right or not? You need to be select all the files, right? But we have one more method. What? Package. all photos into zip format. Package into one format, all the files should send one time. Right or not? Packaging. Packaging means, let's understand. Yes, this is very first class, non-ITs freshers. The terminology may be very new to you, but coming classes you can easily handle. Okay, don't worry. So this is zip format, right? I'm able to select or not? I'm able to send or not? So why? I have package all the things into zip format. Same thing. Same thing. Here also you need to be package the code. Package the code means inside package, code will be there, dependencies will be there. Right or not? Code plus dependencies. So I will take you guys, after this explanation, you can understand what is DevOps. Then definition also you are able to understand. Without this knowledge, you may not understand what is DevOps definition. Okay. Code plus dependencies. The package contains. Okay, now next team deploy the code directly. So someone can test in between, our client and something, and then release to users. Now you just ask to test. I have developed some today some code and application regarding login page and something. Can you please check the client? Is it okay for you? Or any changes are required? My client is check here, verified here. I think I'm unable to select the background something. One option is not. I'm unable to work. I'm unable to select the option. What could be the reason? Client is asking. Immediately development team. No, we have tested all the code in the local. My end is working fine. My end is working fine. Can you check with the deployment team? What is the issue? So build team and deployment team, there are some separate team, right? Build team is saying that we package all the dependencies. Deployment team, maybe they have deployed without testing this code. So they need to be test, right? So that's what the problem. So again, the call will to development team, DevOps team. Why you release the code directly into the server without test this code? So in this case, yes, we have a lot of challenges. So in this case, what we can understand, we are not supposed to release the code blindly here without testing. Understand or not? So here we need to be test the code. We need to be test the code here. In this testing time, we need to test the test cases. Test cases means what? Simple logic, guys. We don't need to worry here. For example, automobile field. If I take one example, car crash test is there, right? NCAP, they will give us some result. The car is in 50 speed. The car is in 60 speed. How safe it is? The rating they will give. Okay. Global NCAP, 5 rating, 4 rating, 3 rating, 2 rating means what? They will test the car in different speeds. Then they can give a feedback to you, right or not? Same developers also before they may test, but they are not a testers, right? They will test in their perspective. Yes, okay, working fine. But testing team, their job is to what? Only testing. In this case, they're focused more on the testing only, right? All areas they will test. Okay, then release. Same thing, the code functionalities. If I give, guys, you tell me one thing. In my Flipkart, if I give wrong password, what it will say? If I give a wrong username, wrong password, what is the expected result from that? Password wrong only, right? This is also one of the test case. If you give wrong password, if it won't give any result, what you can understand? Server is busy. Right or not? You may understand, still you can wait. My username password is right. Why I'm not getting response? Maybe server is busy. This is one of the failure test case. Right or not? If you give a wrong password, it has to be given a result. Username password is wrong. Then only you can try one more time, right? Same like that. Whatever developer develop the code, we need to write a test cases. The test cases, if user give the wrong username, what is the behavior of the response? If user can give the wrong password, what is the behavior of the code? Like that functional testers, we have to test, then release the code. Understand? The test cases, development team, testing team work together and build, implement a test cases, not a DevOps team. Okay? Okay. So the for test cases, they may use JUnit or Java Selenium. Okay? I can take the logo otherwise. JUnit test case testing. You can take here. Okay. Testing. Next, after test, you can, okay, all test cases passed. All test cases passed. Then you can ready to deploy this code now. Now this code is ready to deploy. After build, after test. Understand? Yeah. So this method, you can say release method. Okay. Release method. Release to somewhere. I mean, release method means, for example, guys, this is release means release. What you can understand? Ready to deploy. Can I say ready to deploy? I have released the code means, can I say ready to deploy? Yeah, build is done, test is done. Then you can deploy the server. So now you can deploy into the server. How many stages, guys? Build, test, release, deploy. Clear till here, guys? Guys, online team, clear till here? Build, test, release, deploy. These 4 terms are clear. Release means what? Just release to somewhere. Take this code and deploy. Okay, this release means I can say artifact. In DevOps, we are going to be learn artifact tools. Artifact tools means where you can place the code, push the code to ready to deploy. See, you may understand this is also remote repository kind of thing. Okay, artifactory tools we are using. The difference between here and here, this is also repository, this is also repository. This is what? Just the source code only. This is what? The code with the dependencies ready to deploy, ready to deploy. This is not ready to deploy, right? This is raw code. Raw code means just the source code only. But here, ready to deploy code, right or not? Why ready to deploy? Already build is done, already test is done, then ready to deploy code. Clear now? Okay. Now my server is here, right? Now operations. This server operations we have to be take care. Okay. Let me. Okay. Now here I'm just deploy here. Okay. This is deployment. This is deployment. Okay. Yeah. Now see here. One more team come into the picture here to take care of server operations. How many servers required? 2 or 3. Any security need to be implement. Completely operation team. Right or not? Yeah. Operation team. Okay. Operation team, the responsible for server operations. Guys, server operations only, not project operations. Operation team taking care by server operations, guys. Server operations. Clear now? Server operations. Okay. Now team decided, okay, one server is fine at this time. Load is very less. Okay. Now this public is there, right? How many members are there? 3 members, right? If you give server access to 3 members to access the application, how to give? By using IP, right? Server IP. The background DNS will work anyway. That we'll discuss later. How to access server? By using server IP only. How to access to you? By using phone number only, right? Like that. Server IP. Now, operation team taking care the operations, server operations. Now, these 3 members are there, right? Increase to like that. So, what is the meaning here? Traffic is increasing, right? Access traffic, load increasing or not? And where? Load increasing and where? Server. How do I know? Server operation team, how do I know? As a server operation, I'm a server operation team. How do I know how many the load of the server? I need to be monitor my server, right? I need to be monitor my server. In this case, one more team is there or not? No. The team is what? Monitoring team. Yeah. So monitoring team. So today I only discuss the monitoring concept. See, to 9 a.m. batch, Grafana Prometheus monitoring. By accessing a public IP and port number, this is the load of Grafana Prometheus of the server. Okay. Anyway, that is different story. You may not confuse here. This is what? Monitoring team. Hey, server load is increases. So can you take care of the server's count? Maybe one server may not support. Operation team again. Okay. Increase the servers. Not to decrease the users, right? Increase the servers. But yes, 20 years back, 15 years back, we are not increasing the servers. Yes, compromise at access, not at the resource, right? That's what. Come tomorrow, come tomorrow, come tomorrow, e-server, come tomorrow. It's not our server, literally. 3 to 4 days we have to go for our server, right? Because of servers are not that much of, evaluation the servers will, first of all. Okay, guys, let's start. Client gives the business. Developer develop the code and push this code into where? Source code repository management. So development part is done now. Next, build the code. Next, test the code. Next, release the code. Deploy into the server. And next, server operation team taking care of server operations. Monitoring team taking care of monitoring. Users can access the application. Clear? Till here clear na guys? Okay. Let's go and start our DevOps 8 symbol. Okay. Now you can understand easily from where it will start the process, right? See now, from where I can start this process? Plan. Next is what? Code. Next is what? Next, operate, monitor. Clear now? Like this, we have to be understand. Yeah. Okay. Now, guys, what is CACD? Okay. Then we can, then I can give. Yeah, I'm going to the conclude that only, Niranjan. Here, guys, you need to be understand very important thing. Developer's task will complete here only. Next process will start from here, right? Guys, this is entire. You know whose responsibility? DevOps responsibility. This is DevOps responsibility. This is development responsibility. So development team, they write a code and hand over into GitHub. So DevOps journey will start from GitHub to end at user. Clear? In this case, you may get a chance. You may get it out. Okay, Veera. But the test cases, we don't have any knowledge on testing. We don't have any knowledge on programming. As I said, you are a configure. You are a person to configure the stages only, not to develop. Test cases already ready. How to configure into your pipeline. Okay. Pipeline means, guys, here. Guys, you tell me the process will begin from here, right? And to reach this process development to user, we have to be follow these many stages, right? These stages, if you configure into the one pipeline, that is DevOps pipeline. Understand? So now, okay, let's go to the back. Now, we no need to wait for build team. We no need to wait for test team. We no need to wait for release time. We no need to wait for deployment team. This is all automation we need to be implement. That is called pipeline automation. Clear? So this pipeline is called CI/CD. CI/CD. Anyone knows what is CI/CD? Continuous. Very good. Integration and continuous deployment. We have one more CI/CD, right? Delivery also, right? What is that? This is for what, guys? Deployment, right? We have one more. This is delivery. Okay. Clear? One CI/CD is for with respect to deployment. One CI/CD is for with respect to delivery. Then what is the difference between deployment and delivery? Anyone knows? Yeah, very good, Sampath. So guys, see here. Very good. Let me change this now. Okay. 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 And then like this. So guys, CACD means deployment. C deployment means continuous deployment. I'm writing like this, okay? One CA is for continuous integration, one D for deployment. Continuous integration, continuous deployment is nothing but, guys, see here. Today is day one. Developers develop some code for today, right or not? Tomorrow also, we need to show tomorrow result for client also, right? Day two. Day two also, I develop some code. Again, I need to build or not? Day two implementation, maybe day two dependencies, right? Again, I need to test or not? Yes. Here, guys, if I want to deploy immediately in the same pipeline, both CI, CD. So in this case, your code will be build, test, deploy directly. If test cases pass, deploy. Or I don't want to deploy today. My client saying that I will test next week. Okay. Then every day you can build, every day you can test, release somewhere. See, build, test, release somewhere. Not deploy now. When the client will come, at that time you can run deployment. So 6 days at a time they can check, right or not? Then deploy. So what we can understand, this is continuous integration, continuous deployment in the same pipeline, complete automation. But this is what? Not a complete automation. Your automation will end at where? Release only. Not deploy, right? When the requirement will come, you can deploy. Then in this case, can I say I can deliver my application some different location, later I can deploy? Yeah, I'm going to deliver some place. Now this is what, guys? CI, CD. This is what? CI deployment. This is what? Deliver. This is what? Deployment. When user can access only once you deploy only, right? But now code is a delivery means no one can access until you deploy, right? So now when the client, okay, I'm back, you can deploy means again you can run this process manually, right or not? Manually means the pipeline you need to be run manually. But this process is what? When the pipeline trigger here, ended here. So user can directly access. CD process means your pipeline trigger here and ended here, but incomplete, right? Later we can deploy. Then again you need to run manually, right? Then these people can access this code. Best example, guys, Flipkart Big Billion Days offer is available from tomorrow 12 a.m. midnight 12 a.m. In this case, you tell me which process is best to follow: continuous integration, continuous deployment, or continuous integration, continuous delivery? Yeah, I'll tell you. Continuous integration, continuous delivery, they will complete before. Understand what I'm trying to say? Next day, when they deploy this code, next day, 12 a.m., they will start a deployment. Right or not? At that time, your code is ready or not? Ready to deploy or not? Yes, deploy. Or if you can say, then Veera, why we need to keep it code ready? We can start continuous process at the time, right? Maybe 12 a.m. is offer, right? If you start the process 11:45, just understand. Build may fail, test may fail at the time. Your client will say, you make it ready your code in some place, right? Why you are starting now? In this case, which pipeline will work? Deliver pipeline. So make it ready your code executable format and test it, ready to deliver in some case. When the time will come, you can deploy. Understand the difference? What is CA/CD, CA/CD? One is deliver, one is deployment. Different process we can implement based on your requirement, right? Yeah. So in this case, I can create a 3 pipelines. For example, one is for continuous integration, continuous deployment. One is for continuous integration, continuous delivery. One is for continuous delivery to continuous deployment. 3 pipelines. Depends on your use case, you can use the required pipeline. Clear now? Okay. Now guys, simple logic. Now some code modifications are there. Tomorrow. We no need to worry, right? Pipeline already construction done, right? 3 pipelines are construction done. Which pipeline I need to run, you can decide. Deliver, deploy, or somewhere. Deliver means when the developer push the code, automatically this pipeline will run. Clear now? You no need to available here. The pipeline will run, release the code in somewhere. Or if you want to deploy, deployment pipeline will be triggered automatically. That you need to be configured here. Clear? Continuous integration means what? Continuous integration means what? Continuous deployment, continuous delivery is clear, right? Deployment means ready to deploy. Sorry, deployment means live operation. We are not supposed to store somewhere, directly live. Deliver means somewhere we can store, later we can deploy. Integration means what, guys? When the developer push the changes, automatically build stage will build, test stage will test, and release into the delivery. So here this entire process is called continuous integration. Understand? This entire process is called continuous integration. So continuous integration process will start from the source code to test the test cases. Clear now? And after CA, whether deliver or deployment, you need to be decide. Clear? Yeah. Okay. Guys, you tell me. Now, if my developer push the code, your pipeline immediately run or not? Yes. Your application immediately deliver or not? Into server or not? So is there any delay in between? Do I need to wait for someone to do something here? No. Right or not? Can I say early release, quick release my application? By implementing these pipelines, can I say quick release application? As soon as developer push their code, immediately DevOps process will start and release the application. And for example, after release the application, there is some bug in the Flipkart. There is a bug in the mobiles. Immediately developers rectify the issue, push the code into GitHub, right? As soon as developer push the code, new code into GitHub, your pipeline will trigger. We need to be construct like that. Build stage will be build, test stage will be test, and release application to deployment. Can I say early release? Okay. Let's come to know again. So guys, you tell me, by implementing this process, tell me the advantages so that I will write the benefits if you implement for the DevOps lifecycle for any project. Benefits for the DevOps lifecycle so that I will write any points, no problem. Just general points I will write, not requiring technical point. Tell me. I'm writing one point. Early release. Yeah. Next point. Can anyone? Online or offline? Yeah, Jaimala. Quick bug fix. Very good. And next. Okay, Abhishek. Easy deliver. Okay, easy release, easy deliver. Both are same, right? Okay, easy deliver. Anyway. Less dependencies. Okay. I'm writing your point. Just I'm changing less manual dependencies. Okay. And next, any other points so that I'll write here? Project automation. We can implement project automation, right? This is project automation only. Very good. Reduce the downtime. So if anyone joined today, guys, this is the first class only. You can go through the day one class only. No need to go in other classes. This is official day one. Before class, just queries only. I have given clarification on the queries. If you are able to understand from the day one, yes, no need to go any further classes before classes. Or if required any backup classes also, I'm going to plan. You don't worry. Okay. Can I say easily? Okay. Business improvement. Okay, good point. So you tell me, uh, you guys are saying so many points, right? Very good. So now this process, this person will happy or not? Finally, or developers says that my job is done. Build team is not available. Test team is not available. This team is not available. No doubts, right? No. Everything taken care by your pipelines only, your automation process only. Right or not? Hmm. Then here, this is what monitoring. Continue. See this monitor continuously. You can monitor of the servers, right? This is continuous monitoring. Clear or not? Continuously someone can monitor. Your system can monitor, right? Your load and all. Continuous monitoring. This is what? Continuous build, continuous test, continuous delivery, continuous deployment. What about here? Hmm? Operations. Continuous operations or not? Yes, continuous operation, right? When the load increase, servers automatically can create or not? That's what we discuss scaling, right? Auto scaling can create a servers automatically when the load increase, right? Auto scaling, there is a service we are going to be discuss in very low level end-to-end concept. There is a auto scaling concept in cloud servers that will create servers automatically. So operations also we can do, right? Automatically. Continuous operations. Can I say now? Continuous operations. So continuous operations. Hmm. So now, what is DevOps? DevOps is a process or culture. Culture. So can implement. Can I say organization ability? Deliver or release the application early. Right or not? It's a process. It's a process to increase the organization ability to by implementing a automation process. So definitely your organization, if organization is following the DevOps lifecycle process, definitely they may get so many projects, right? The reason we're implementing automation process in your project, in your organization. And old definition, many people are saying bridge between development and operations. Those are old definitions now. Okay, there is no separate operation team mostly in the organization. You have to be take care of everything. That's what we have to be focus this area now. So guys, the first 50 days, if you can see this, the first 50 days, our focus is on what? Enter cloud operations. See, 49th session for 9 AM batch already completed. So in your end also, here operations means what? Operations means what here? This area. Which operations at all? Cloud operations. Okay. So here 60 days, our focus is this area, continuous monitoring, continuous operations, lot of tools will come. Terraform, okay. And monitoring tool, Grafana, Prometheus, Splunk, CloudWatch, networking, security, monitoring, automation, event rules, CloudWatch, AWS Lambda, database services, storage services, serverless services. A lot of we are going to be focused in 60 days. Once we get a clarity on this area, then go for this process. How to write a life, how to write a pipelines, how to build. See, first your pipeline has to be delivered into where? Server only, right? You have to be you have to be get a clarity on target end, right? Without clarity on target area, if you configure pipeline, you don't know how exactly it will be managed your application inside the operations, right? So we have to be take care here. First 60 days. And as I said, guys, my application directly deploy into the server, right? This is monolithic approach. If my application deploy on top of the server, on top of the Docker, that is microservice process. Okay. So here DevOps means you may confuse only build and test only DevOps. No. Lot of things are there. This server maintenance, this server operation, this server orchestration, everything operation team means these are DevOps operation team only. Understand? Yeah. So here we are going to be learn two things, guys. Your target is server right now. Release application into server. In this case, guys, just small statement, I will close the session. This is server OS. This is hardware. And application deploy. You can deploy application directly on the server OS. But microservices process means you can take a same server, cloud server only. Your target, I'm talking about target, okay? Here, this area. Take a hardware, take a OS. Instead of deploy your application directly, install a Docker on your server for microservices process. Just I have explained one of the class very high level. In Docker concepts, we'll go in depth in the Docker classes time. Multi-build, multi-image build, Docker optimization, lot of things we can discuss. So here, containers will create. You don't focus much on this area now. We'll see. Okay. So this is target. So containers, Dockers, we will focus after 60 days only. Till 60 days, my focus is monolithic approach, the background concepts, operations and all. Then we can jump for, instead of deploy our application to the server, create a Docker and container. And so orchestration taking care of Kubernetes. Okay. These and all, we are going to be focused. So you no need to worry, guys. I will take care whether you are non-IT guys. Okay. We will take a special care for everyone, non-ITs and freshers. We are going to be create a separate groups also for, like as I said, experienced people 3 members, fresher 1 member, like that we'll divide teams. So we'll focus more for the special care for the non-ITs and freshers and career gap students. Clear for today concept? So guys, I'm not expecting 100% again from you. Concept clear. I mean, if you're able to understand the day one, right? If you're able to understand, see, I'm increasing the number now. 20%. I'm fine. 20% means not 20% people. 20% knowledge. Okay, don't think like that. That's what, guys. And in between, you may get so many questions. Like, what is VPN? And all will cover everything. VPN means securely connect this server only. Instead of using public network, virtual private network. Okay, everything will cover. Don't worry. Offline, are you clear? Any challenges to understand the concept? Okay. And very important thing, guys. This is day one. That's what maybe it is extended to 12:12. I will close sharp at 12. Yeah. Okay. I will explain. Delivery means later. Deploy means now only. And guys, here once I'm discussing build and test, now you just focus same build and test only. How to do build, how to do test. Don't think like that. As this is day one. If you think like that, problems will come. How to create server. See, we haven't discussed how to create server, right? I'm taking the process very high level. Then we can go in depth each stage. Okay. Okay, guys. If you are understand, please give CCs in the chat box so that I can understand the flow. Like this. So I need a quick response from everyone. So I will share everyday notes and animation videos also to understand non-ITs and freshers. Thank you so much for your response. Okay. So day 2, we'll see you on the day 2 tomorrow. Bye-bye.